Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing New Access map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 on the northern side of the map, and anyway, Team 2 on the southern. Starting off with Team 1's not necessarily isolated, but kind of on his own on that western edge. We have in Chevy Crimson, it is Colonel Kenny Lee as an 1800 playing as a Cybran. To his northeast, we have another Cybran for Team 1. It is Nyx playing in Barbie Pink. He is a 1200. I had to check the scoreboard because the lightest red pink and Barbie Pink look fairly similar, especially when you zoom out this far. To the southeast, we have in Batman Gray, another Cybran for Team 1. It is ICOM. He is a 1600. To his northeast in Amethyst Purple, breaking the mold so far, it is Sin Ziggy. He's an Aeon as a 1200. To his southeast, breaking the mold continually here for Team 1, it is Failsafe. He's in River Red as a UEF and a 900. And rounding out Team 1's lineup in the northeastern corner, another UEF. It is Bannable Offense. Hopefully he doesn't commit a Bannable Offense this match. And there's my dad joke for the day. He is a UEF. He is not only the highest rated player on his team, but he's also the highest rated player overall at a 2100 rating. So for Team 1's faction makeup, overall we have 2 UEF in the east with an Aeon and 3 Cybran on the western side. Starting off with Team 2's, again, not necessarily isolated, but kind of on his own player. In lightest red pink, we have the Cybran player of Rekather. He is a 1500. In forest green to his southeast, but at least another Cybran for Team 2. It is Hyper 2001, best color in the game, forest green. He is a 1300. To his northeast, a UEF for Team 2. It is Switching Mofo in Pac-Man Yellow as a 1400. Southeast of him, we have in Imperial Gray another UEF. It is Blarg 6516. It's been a while since I've casted him. He is a 1400. Staring at a bunch of rocks or bits of glacier or whatever. To his northeast, we have in Regal Purple, it is Han Solo. Maybe he'll shoot first, and maybe he'll be the first to be shot at. He is a 1300 as a Cybran. And rounding out Team 2's roster here, making his way to the middle of the map, it is Silent Bug. He is in Tropical Ocean Blue as the one and only Aeon for Team 2. And he's also the highest rated player on Team 2 at 2000 rating. And Team 2's makeup is same as Team 1. 3 Cybrans, 2 UEF, 1 Aeon, which means for the entirety of this match, there are no Seraphim players. Apologies to those who love to make a grand entrance, but you're just always late for some reason. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 12 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 110,000 mass and reclaim. We'll just bump it up to 120,000 so I can make math easy in my head. That is almost 10,000 mass and reclaim for every single person to scoop up. Will those numbers be evenly distributed? Absolutely not, but the ideal none the same. And with this being a snow map, I have enabled the mechs icons on the minimap. So hopefully everybody was to see some of those, at least at the beginning, see how many mechs there are on the map. I'm going to try to use it to identify stuff on Team 2 side of the map. There is a quad mechs position in the middle here for Twitching Mofo that's soon to be under attack by some Mantis from Team 1. There's another quad mechs in the west for Hyper. And it looks like there's not really a whole lot for Rekather to scoop up. On the eastern side of things, there is a quad mechs over here near the eastern side. And a couple of one-off mechs here in the middle as well. I don't see anything too much clinging together. And there's not really a whole lot in the direct middle of the map. There is some elevation in this map. There's a nice little ramp-ish. Kind of looks like a backwards K almost. And there is a lot of tiny little mountains to traverse. But there are a lot of access points, so it's going to be very hard to really lock down that upper plateau. You know, those hills, ramps and stuff, there's no just isolated. Well, I guess there are a little bit in the corners, but those don't really matter. Taking a look at the comm upgrades so far, we have gun speed started for Eastern player of Silent Bug and Han Solo going for gun. And we have Colonel Kennedy going for gun as well. We are seeing some movement out from these comms. Again, 2 of them on the eastern side here for Team 2. 1 of them down the middle. 1 of them staying back at base here for Blarg. And 2 of them on the western side. Facing off against 2 at least on the western side here for Team 1. With maybe we'll count this the middle where ICOM is sitting. We do see another player here, sensor package upgrade started for Sin Ziggy. And we do see eastern side of both bannable offense and failsafe on the eastern side. So pretty much even distribution in terms of 2v2, 2v2 on the west and eastern side, and then technically a 2v1 in the middle. We could possibly see Blarg help assist, but again, he's back at base scooping up reclaim. Again, 100 and almost 20,000 mass on the map. You gotta scoop that up sooner rather than later. Got to get that early eco flowing, which scales your mid-game eco, which scales your late-game eco, which scales your end-game eco and beyond a lot faster. Upgrades being finished, and some of them, another one being started here, at least for Han Solo. He is Cyber, and it is, of course, prerequisite to the Nano upgrade on board that comm. And gun has been started on board Twitchy Mofo. So I think that's almost everybody on Team 2, besides Blarg and Hyper, who have some sort of upgrades. We do see first comm-on-comm action will occur on the western side between Rekather, who has no gun, and Colonel Kinley, who has gun. Will put Colonel Kinley at an advantage in that regard, and there's a lot of forces. Rekather stepped into it, and I think he will be the first kill of the game. There he goes. He just control K's. He's like, nope, I'm not dealing with it. And we'll do at least some damage to Colonel Kinley. I probably could have waited a little bit longer to kill off a couple of units, or maybe damage the comm a little bit, but he just wanted to just end it and be done with it. And now with the departure of the pink player on Team 2, there's only one pink player in the game, which makes it a lot easier to identify forces on the western side. Looks like everything gifted over to Hyper 2001. So before 10 minutes, we see the first kill of the game and the first player at 100 mass per second, which is Hyper 2001. Gun started in the middle here for Team 1's ICOM. And we do see gun also started for Team 1's Nyx on that western side, or at least close to it. And we can see the map controllers, of course, starting to favor Team 1 on the western side due to the death of Rekather early in this game. I will note that there are at least 4 players in this game with the FC clan tag on Team 2, so they're probably on comms, so there won't probably be that much communication going on in the chat in terms of actually texting one another or messaging one another. And I would assume at this point there's probably comms on the northern side as well. So just as a note, usually that's pretty well identified, but sometimes no one's on comms, which it does happen. So I can't know because it happened in the I could have asked, but it doesn't show it up on the replay, so I just have to make assumptions and go from there, or educated guesses. Usually educated guess is usually a better word there. You know what to say about assuming. Anyway, ICOM almost done with that gun upgrade. There are some inbound forces from Twitchy Mofo eastern side. We do see a little bit of pushback. Not nano, but stealth and gun on board the comm of Han Solo, and Silent Bug going for shield. He has the regular range and the speed upgrade on board already. I'll make a prediction that Team 2 gains a decent percentage of control on the eastern side, and Team 1 gains a decent percentage of control on the western side, given the way the pendulum is starting to shift on both sides of the map there. We do see a couple of Corsairs deployed by Nyx. Maybe there'll be another comm assassination for him or somebody on Team 1 side of the map using them. Nyx going at a couple of forces holding position for Hyper 2001, and forces have broken through the defenses on the western side, killing off at least a chunk of mixes that once belonged to Rekather, now under the control of Hyper. Advanced range has been started on board the comm of Silent Bug after that shield upgrade. He's also going for some mass storages right in front of his face there. We do see that the forces from Team 2's Han Solo have now pierced the defenses of Team 1 and now broken almost to the base of Failsafe, getting some Team 1 PD online, and now T2. I love that he went T1 first because, of course, most Team 1 units can't shoot at the PD without being in range, the Team 1 already being the exception, of course, to that. And T2 PD will secure a little bit outside of that range to ensure really nothing can get near that thing without getting shot at. We do see a little bit of a hook going into Hyper 2001's position here, ignoring Rekather's old position. There are some, well, that looks like T1 PD, those are PGens. We do see it's going to be Nyx with some forces from Colonel Kenny Lee and Hyper 2001 duking out here shortly, but some forces have broken off the main group, trying to sandwich Twitchy Mofo, who is now currently engaged with ICOM's forces over here to the north, or at least in the north direction. A couple of bombers over top help thin that herd out just a little bit. Bomber going to get instantly annihilated by those interceptors. I would assume Blarg is close to T3, and he's actually at T3 air already for his team. T3 Air is not started for Team 1. See, is he going? No. So Team 2 has an air advantage in the form of Blarg. We'll see how long they can keep the air advantage going. Maybe we'll see some early bombers for Team 2 that will probably shift things, I would assume, targeting the air player for Sinziggy. So that will slow down the expansion in that regard. Yeah, no T3 upgrade as of yet. Still producing engineers and the whatnot. We do see Han Solo has kind of shifted things a little bit, now going up to Sinziggy's frontline position. And he's underneath bombardment. We do see the sensor package is the only upgrade on board. It is utility, not a defense or offensive weapon, or upgrade, I should say, on board, which means he's going to be put in a very interesting position. It looks like he might just get walked down by Han Solo. He won't get the first kill of the game. He will get the second one, it looks like, if he continues to pursue it, which looks like he's not going to. He wants to just kill off Reclaim. Not Reclaim, but he wants to kill stuff off on the front line there, which, again, if you do kill a player off, his base and his units go to somebody else. So there is not necessarily a benefit. There kind of is, but not really. I don't like looking at it like that, in the sense of if somebody dies on your team, possibility of you getting that base. Stuff happens, but I don't like to root for teammates' deaths because, like, I get more stuff. I'd rather have as many teammates as I can alive by the end of the match rather than having just me with all of their stuff. Because it's a lot easier for 6 players to micro 6 bases than 1 player to micro 6 bases. So it just is. We do see some reinforcements inbound from Failsafe to assist, but this base is gone. Maybe a T2 facility will stay alive, but the majority of Team 1 stuff over here on this upper plateau is no longer there. We do see Failsafe over here protecting his base on the eastern side. And that shield heavy upgrade has been started for Silent Bugscom. He has the advanced range. He is going for an Aeon sniper tank. And we will see if he deploys it or not. We could see a possible run by Bannable Offense on the eastern edge of the map. But it probably will be spotted by Team 2 before it even gets some legs there. T3 Air has now officially been started by Sinziggy. And has Blarg gone for Bomber first? The answer to that question is yes, he has gone for it. Maybe not first, but it is being built. And it is going to be a little bit of time before that thing is done. We do see some mobile flak nearby. Not enough, though. Definitely needs a lot more than just one. No, there are a couple of T2s and T1s mixed in, but still, the bomber will probably get at least 2 to 3 passes before it is shot down. So that will be more than enough to kill off a couple of Pigeons and maybe even a couple of Mexes. So great job there from Blarg. Looks like random force from Team 1. Don't know. Looks like it's a Mantis. Blarg was like, no. I don't like that. You're going after my mass storages. Don't do that. Kills off 1.5 mass per second for him because it's supposed to be 9 and 9 and it's 7.5 and 9. We do see again the thinning out of Team 2's defenses on the western side has occurred, and it allows transports to be dropped in. Looks like that's a brick on board. Yep, that is a brick on board. Going to take out possibly just more stuff here, or even just dropped into this base. There is a T3 land headquarters already here, so that won't be super viable. Looks like it's being deployed here. That's probably what was dropped off earlier, and that's how that force got there, just because it was dropped off instead of walked all the way over there. Bomber should be out. There it is. Who's it going after? It is going after something. I don't know what it dropped after, but it's going... I don't know what it's going for. It's just spinning, doing rotations over there. I don't know. T3 Air is online. Bomb has dropped, going after another Mex for Team 1. Looks like it's going after Nyx. T3 Air Facility also online for Nyx. So we have 2 air players for Team 1. Is he producing ASFs? I would assume he is, considering the situation he currently finds. Actually, no, that's a Revenant. That's a Bomber. Interesting. So we have double Bomber start here in this game for air players. Don't really see that every day. Bomber's still active, going after more and more Mexes. Has 1 star vetted now, going to drop on another Mex. Going to get another... Actually, no, that one, not that one, but not close enough. ASF's deployed to protect said investment. We do see a brick has been... the brick that was dropped off gets killed off by our Percy and some gunships. Not really going to get any legs out of that. Looks like another Mex killed off here now for ICOM. So Team 1 is losing eco. They're in the lead overall at 140. It was probably about 2-ish hundred, maybe 170 before the bombing run ended up happening, but it's going to be a little bit of time before that bomber's knocked out of the sky anyway. Because T3 Air is online, you have to build some P-gens. Looks like they're building AA as we speak. Dude trying to defend against that. Another bomb will drop. Doing very, very well with that bomber. Killed off 11,000 mass and growing. 2-star vet on that bomber as well. Twitch Mofo has 2-star vet as well, going for, again, defensive operations with his comm himself. ICOM has gun and I keep saying gun and nano. Gun and stealth on board, and it does look like Colonel Kinley is making his way forward to that base once belonging to Rekather under control of now Hyper. Gun started here for Failsafe, has T2 on board, and we do see Han Solo all on his lonesome, has some forces over here, but still eating away at Team 1's supply lines, at least for Failsafe. Essentially, he's isolated from the rest of his base. If he walks back, he will most likely hit Han Solo's comm, and Strat Bomber is now deployed by Team 1. Hasn't been, well, not deployed, built, not deployed. It looks like the bomber for Blarg was shot down. Was it shot down over here? No, it's down here still. Hey, there it is. It has taken significant damage. Kills off... I thought it dropped a bomb there. Never mind. Looked like it was dropping a bomb. ASF gets by. Will it catch up to the bomber? Maybe, maybe not. Will the ASS from Blarg catch up to it? No. And there's another bomber deployed, hanging out. Oh. ASFs aren't going after it. This will be a dead bomber for Team 2. And they'll know about the second one now. ASFs have not been deployed. That bomber will die. That is unfortunate, but that one bomber did a very good job. So if another one dies, it's not the end of the world, but at least it's on Team 2. It looks like the bomber has given some orders to move, but too late. Bomber gets lined up in its sights, or lined up in the sights of that ASF, and it's killed off actually a lot easier because the ASF has to pass over constantly, and being able to just slowly ride behind it was enough to kill it off. Corsair's coming in to thin out the herd over here from Hyper 2001's attack. A couple of loyalists deployed with their EMP weapons to nullify at least some of the forces for Team 1, or at least try to. We do see more Strat Bombers have been stacked up. Lots of Strat Bombers in this game, at least from Blarg. We've only seen one from Team 1, which is very weird because usually no one does Bomber first, and no one really does 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombers first. So that might be driven by all the intelligence that Blarg's been getting, being like, okay, Team 1 doesn't have T3 air online as of yet. I can push bombers a little bit, see if that works. But with 2 air facilities online in the T3 department, I don't think that's going to be the case long term. It definitely won't be the case long term, but still. Looks like some reclaiming going on in Vanderbilt Offense, trying to be very mass efficient over there. And stacking up, or starting to stack up some Perseus on the eastern side as well. We do see that base over here looking a little bit dangerous for Team 2, but it does look like some bombers deployed to deal with at least some of those units outbound. And we do see the tanky sniper comm, of Silent Bug has been deployed to deal with that. We could see an attempt for the bombers to go after Failsafe's position. That would be a possible idea, to just eliminate that frontline position, but again, he's kind of isolated anyways, or at least from his stuff, so there is that to consider. But as of right now, he's not a pressing threat. I feel like going after the bases with bombers is probably a better idea. That's my personal opinion. We do see the attack, or helping the attack in the middle here. Twitch Mofo is going to get sandwiched by ICOM and the forces. Actually, no, those are Team 2's forces. Never mind. He's going to get assistance from his teammate of Han Solo, moving in to assist the front line and pushing back ICOM, who has dropped into the yellow. Again, Team 1 has not lost a player as of yet, and whoever dies, that's another base that goes to somebody on Team 1 or Team 2. So who you kill and when you kill, very, very, very important. But you always want to kill the highest rated player on Team 1 or Team 2, no matter what. Just go away. They're kind of the high value targets, as a way to put it. They're always worth taking out no matter what. But if you focus on them too much, the other players might get a leg up in their avenue, and then they win that way. So you can't really hyper focus on one player unless there's only one player left, or maybe 2, but still. Eastern side collapse is starting to happen for Team 1. Silent Bug has taken a chunk of damage, but it's only shield damage. It's not actually hull damage. We have lots of Harbingers, lots of tiny little flares acting as cannon fodder, which is a very good use of them against Perseus, because Perseus, again, they shoot, they reload, they shoot, they reload. It takes them a little bit to do that, kind of like a bolt action rifle in that regard, and a single shot bolt action rifle. You have to eject every single round and load every single round. You can't have a cartridge or magazine or whatever to load, so it makes it very difficult to fire rapidly in that regard. And it looks like the frontline base for Vanderbilt Offense has been destroyed, and then we'll give Team 2 a little bit more leeway to be more active on that side of the map. And again, it almost surrounds the frontline base for failsafe. He has to be very careful, or he'll find himself no avenue of escape, let alone getting access to his own stuff. Western side here, again, still a little bit of pushback here from Team 1, mainly from Colonel Kenny Lee. We do have some forces inbound from Twitchy Mofo to try to push on that western side at least a little bit more, at least kick Icon back to his main base at a minimum. We do see Sin Ziggy does have a couple of PD, shield, and whatnot defending his position, and some forces to act as a nice little vanguard. Looks like, actually, no, they've been given over to him anyways, but I was going to say those are from Failsafe. Lovely teamwork there. Han Solo does have a decent amount of T3 units, though, which will eat most of those units alive very quickly. And, of course, the Mongoose only have 650 hit points, while the Pillars have 1,500. So the Pillars will survive a little bit longer, but not much longer in that regard. Looks like the Bombers were denied by Team 1, and it looks like they'll be a little bit chunky about a reclaim here for Team 1 to scoop up. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bombers that were killed off, at least in this view. So, 4,500 mass is definitely a nice little gift at 22 minutes. Somebody at this point is definitely going to be building some sort of experimental. Hey, there it is. Hyper 2001 has started a monkey, the cheapest on the land side of things in the game. Team 1, no, 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 and no, and no. Yeah, I don't expect any sort of experimentals yet from anybody else, but you never know. It could be thought about at least. Team 2, any sort of other experimentals? No, 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 and no, and no. But there is an attack inbound from some bricks from Colonel Kenny Lee. They kind of scooted by the forces from Twitchy Mofo, but there are some T2 gunships nearby. Again, they're Stingers. They sting. They're like Cerberus, but in the air. So they're chickle cannons, but again, anything is better than nothing. And it doesn't look like Team 1 has any more support nearby to assist. There's also some bricks inbound shortly from Hyper, so that'll kick them out quite nicely. Attack in the western side of things. Again, it's definitely favoring Team 2, and that's partially driven by the double eco for Hyper 2001. He's currently actually not even the leader for eco for his team. Silent Bug over 350 mass income, while Bannable Offense is over 450, doing a very good job of scaling his eco. He's currently essentially the reason why Team 1 has a lead on eco. It's 1.3 to 1.2. Looks like it was 1.1, maybe possibly power related, maybe. Let's Twitchy Mofo, how's your... No, you're fine. Han Solo's fine. I think it was just actual eco. It could have been reclaim a little bit maybe, but yeah, no, everybody's good on power, it looks like. We do see the long line of engineers to scoop up reclaim, and an attack inbound from Han Solo. And it does look like Silent Bug kicks out Failsafe. He goes back somewhat to his main base. Restore is deployed on the eastern side to help assist with defenses. And there's Percy stacking up against bricks, and I will always favor the Percys, especially when they have the numbers. And Failsafe over here with his gun and T2 comm. There's the first experimental of the game built by Hyper 2001. It is a monkey, because I already know I saw the monkey. Unless he was building a crab somewhere and a monkey at the same time, and I just didn't see the crab. Highly doubt it. I can check. Nope, wasn't building it. So, you never know, but there's that. An explosion on the eastern side. Billy Nuke lands. I would assume it's Bannable Offense deploying that, and it is. Kills off 3,000 mass, at least with his common total, and it will stop the momentum at least a little bit for Team 2 Silent Bug. And it looks like Team 2 on all accounts actually has done a huge reversal on the western side, and that means not only are they winning the mid and the eastern side, they're winning the western side as well. Not looking good for Team 1 for map control, and of course that kind of does a little bit of some damage on the eco side of things, but there are some things deploying that might kind of solve that for Team 1. Another group of Harbingers eliminated by that Billy Nuke. 5-star vetted, 10,000 mass killed. ASF's going after the gunships. But again, those have AA weapons on board, and they are the best ones in the game in terms of gunships, in terms of those AA weapons, so a little bit more annoying to deal with for ASF than other units. Oh, and I did forget to mention this, but a couple of videos ago, I forgot to mention in it that the Mermaid is the unique naval unit for the Cybran. So 3 for UEF, 3 for Aeon, 1 for Cybran, 1 for Seraphim. Somebody reminded me about that. I just forgot to mention it yesterday's video, and forgot to mention it till now. So just random thoughts, that happen at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Or, shower thoughts. It's like shower thoughts. It's pretty much what it is with me. Anyway, 26 minutes on the clock. We kind of ran over the eco already. 1.3, 1.3-ish. Numbers keep shifting. Maybe a little bit of lead for Team 2, but not by much. Leaders in that, Team 1 is Bannable Offense, and Silent Bug is to be expected because they are the highest rated players on each of those teams. In terms of comms left alive, everybody but Rector is still alive, so it is 6v5 in favor of Team 1, with the Northern team being the leader in that. But the map control is favoring Team 2 by a huge degree. I'd say closing in on almost 75%. Won't say 75% yet, so let's say like 68%. We'll say that and leave it there. We do see an attack that is thwarted by Team 1's defenses. Another Nuke lands down here to the southeast. Don't really know why that one's down there, but there's nobody that's UEF on the eastern side for Team 2 besides Blarg, and he's back here. So is that really that is the range on Bannable Offense? Wow, that is a huge chunk. I forget how much of a range that Nuke has. The attack from Bannable Offense will be denied. His fire base will be denied as well. Nuke lands, taking out another chunk of forces for Silent Bug. Silent Bug has an experimental online almost assuredly. Yep, is a Colossus. Hyper has another one online. It has another monkey. Where does first one go? Does first one die already? If it died, there'd be a decent chunk of reclaim somewhere. Let's see over here. No. Oh, no, it's over here, right there. Big, giant green icon, and I still can't see it. You could make it half the size of the map, and I still would be like, where is it? I can't find it. I'm blind. I don't think you need to make it that big, but you get my point. Here comes an attack. Another one from Team 2's Twitchy Mofo. Him and Hyper have done a really good job, again, slowly eating away at the front lines, and now they're approaching the main base of Colonel Kenny Lee. Not looking good for Team 1 on the western side. ASFs are inbound to support. Another Nuke lands on the eastern side. SACU taking a little bit of the brunt, and Silent Bug actually taking some hits there. Percy's being kicked back by those Colossus, the lasers on board. It is inverted because it is a snow map, and if it wasn't inverted, you would not see the laser at all because it is pretty much the same color as the snow. It's like a very, 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 very lightish blue. It's not. It's like lighter than tropical ocean blue. It's almost white. Anyway, Fat Boy also deployed by Bannable Offense, helping to kick Team 2 out. So essentially, we have this really weird reversal where Team 1 was winning the western side, Team 2 was winning the eastern, and now it's shifting to where Team 2 is winning the western, and it looks like Team 1's going to win that eastern fight. Monkey Lord is inbound to Colonel Kenny Lee's base with some assistance from Twitchy Mofo, acting as a nice little barrier for incoming reinforcements from Team 1. And the Monkey Lord will do a significant amount of damage in this fight. Percy's coming into range, dealing with the remaining of the bricks to assist the Monkey Lord. Monkey Lord is the recipient of all of the PD fire, which means the bricks are going to be untouched, which is going to be good for them. And this base for Colonel Kenny Lee is probably gone, unless he gets a nuke somewhere right in the middle of his base. You can see that force from Team 1 between Failsafe and Sinziggy and the Bannable Offense pushing back not only the Colossus but everything else on Team 2. And here comes the Percys. There's not much to stop this push. There are some gunships inbound, and it does look like Colonel Kenny Lee Control K's. I mean, he didn't really have much remaining at this point. Everything else that he owns will go over to, I would assume, Nyx. It is rough, though, essentially being wiped out like that. Looks like it's given over to Bannable Offense first, and then Bannable Offense will probably accept the extra, what, 27, 54, 78, almost 80 mass. He'll take it. And now he's up to almost 600 mass per second. And that line of forces is still inbound. The monkey is finally defeated, but not after the entire base is gone. And some would argue that once everything's taken off, Colonel Kenny Lee could have come back, tried to rebuild. He has some eco with the the mexes he can rebuild on, the Monkey Lord he can scoop up, but it would take him a while and he'd essentially be knocked out for a while. So I do understand the departure. It is unfortunate. I never count that as a kill because he wasn't forced to control K. He could have stayed with the game. It also wasn't a tactical control K where you go in and you control K or whatever to kill off stuff around you. That does happen. We've seen that a couple times. But it is now officially a 5v5. Again, no kill for Team 2 as of yet, but that's my personal thing of not counting it as a kill. But now, with the western side essentially eliminated for now, it is looking not great for Team 1 overall. They're trying to shift back, but Team 2 is holding some ground. We do see a bug deployed by Han Solo. Don't like those things, and there it goes. It is shot down in Team 2's territory, but maybe not for long. It'll be in Team 2's territory. All respect done. What? Weird. That is a satellite deployed. Oh, gone. Oh. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Yeah, I was like, done doesn't make sense. I think gone makes more sense. Yep, it's gone. Satellite deployed over Silent Bug's position. That's never fun, and that's probably why I made that comment. Monkey Lord in the base, being thrown back by this Monkey Lord, and that Monkey Lord is probably not going to live much longer with those gunships nearby. Team 2, 1.8k. Team 1, 1.3k. Not as bad as me. Killed the entire left side. Had a 3v1. Yeah. I mean, he kind of got triple teamed almost. Well, he was double teamed with 2 bases, so kind of triple teamed. But he kind of got wiped out. Those mexes, some of them are still there. So, hey, that's ego for bannable offense to build more satellites. Hey, speaking of which, building another one, and then another one, and another one, and then everybody's know what I'm going to say. Where are the shields? There's kind of a shield protecting. What is it? No, it's protecting that one. Not protecting these. Number 2 is deployed. Number 3 will be deployed soon. Number 4 and then 5. Nuke, commented by Colonel Kenny Lee, has been spotted and is half loaded. We can all make sats and shields. Can we play UEF instead of and see who wins in the end? But what's the fun in that? That'd be more fun. I mean, we can't all play UEF instead of boundary in the middle. Oh, I just see who it builds shields and... Oh, I see what he means. So just say, hey, don't cross this line. We'll build shields and sats. You build shields and sats and see who wins. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Can't we all play UEF so we can... Oh, yeah, that's what he's getting at. I don't know. You know, it's a tool in the arsenal of a faction. If you want to use it, then you play as that faction. But then you lose out on whatever other tools that other factions have. So it's always a give and a take in this game. But is there an SMD built and or loaded for Team 1? Yes and yes. And laser is done and teleport started for Hyper 2001. Please tell me you were going after those satellites. That would be perfect. And that would be a worthy death if he's able to kill off either the comm or the SMD or both. Or the satellites, or that. Boom Nuke gonna land pretty close to this position. Actually gets redirected. Lovely loyalist use by Team 2's Han Solo says, no, sir, go away from that. And the bannable offense notices, which he probably does at some point. Either he moves or he builds TMD, and he's building Ravages. So he'll probably notice after the Billy Nuke lands on top of his face. 4th satellite is deployed. Nothing really happening on that western side. Here comes the Billy Nuke. It's going to hit the shielding. It won't actually kill anything. It looks like SMD is now being deployed. Oh, sorry, TMD is being deployed, but it hits, kills off a couple of the engineers, damages the comm, but again, doesn't kill it off, which is the main thing there. Kill comm, says Kenny Lee. No. As the wave of dust shifts over all of the satellites being deployed. But that should be enough TMD, to be fair. We have 2 Colossi pushing on the eastern side, Restores in the air, and a lot of SACUs, or there's a decent amount of Perseus, but they're still only being grabbed. Silent Bug builds another experimental. I would assume it's another Colossus. Yep, it is. And 3 satellites over the top. They kill off the nuke. That is unfortunate for Blarg. Looks like they may be targeting his position next. Teleporter is done. Will he go for it is the question. And it looks like it's not worth it to go after the air grid, go after something else. Mass Fabs being deployed over here. Needs to get that shield online sooner rather than later. That is Eco, the team 2 desperately does not want to lose. But here comes the attack on Vanderbilt Offense's base. That Colossus is almost dead. This one is in the yellow. Billy Nuke lands once again, I would assume. There's no more Loyalists in the other. They didn't move in with the group. Nice grab. Essentially headshots that that Colossus. You can see essentially the entire sphere of that Billy Nuke. Lovely placement there. Oh, all you got to do is take out the SMD, but Nuke's already dead anyways. P-Gen's very vulnerable. Colossus almost dead. P-Gen 300 hit points remaining. Just take a shot at it for 2 seconds. Shield is back online. Oh, it's such a missed opportunity. That Colossus is going to crash on top of those Harbingers and kill them off. There it goes. They're killing off the SACU presets with the shields. There goes the attack on the shield. There's the P-Gen. The Mass Bab's almost gone. There's still some forces for Team 2. There's even a couple of SACUs mixed in as well. There's the shield Rainbow presets. And it looks like they're commenting on the P-Gens. It looks like engineers are retreating and everything else. 4 satellites will go down. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Another explosion to the northwest. Who is that? Was that just was that a Billy Nuke? What was that? I don't know what that was. Huh. But it blew up on top of that base. Somebody has to have a Billy Nuke somewhere, I guess. Or was it a redirect? It could have been a redirect, but I didn't see it. I don't think there's any TMD there, I think. So maybe it was a redirect. Yeah, it looks like it was. And 1 satellite is down. Couple of Mass Babs still alive, though. That's concerning, but there's the AoE. Okay, well, there goes them. And that's because the SACUs were standing next to them and Talon Bug didn't want to lose those. Another Novax is gone. So that's all 4 satellites dead. Battle Offense is knocked out in the air department, but he did knock out 3 of these Mass Fab farms that are being produced and a couple of P-Gens for Blarg and the Nuke. So it did do very well with the satellites nonetheless. SACU is still mixing it in with the eco situation for Vanderbilt Offense. Another set of Mass Fabs and P-Gen's gone. Looks like it's going to be just maximum AoE damage. This one's just going to stand there and take it on top of that mix there. Actually, no, he's going to stop. Oh, nope. Oh, there he goes. Okay, well, almost. There goes that Mass Fab there. Vanderbilt Offense drops his ego to 360. He doesn't do it himself, but you know what I mean. And an attack in the west by Hyper 2001 going after the main base for Nyx. Team 1 is getting punished this game. The Curse of the Satellite. That might be the title of the video or the thumbnail text. The Curse of the Satellite. Bricks are inbound. No experimental with them. Crab does get deployed at the very last minute, but I don't think it's going to help. The base is pretty much going to be in tatters by the time the forces are dealt with. There goes the P-Gens. Looks like Nyx is going for T3. Gets a little bit more hit points on board. There's another Crab inbound from his teammate of ICOM, but that base is not looking good. We do see that Vanderbilt Offense has redeployed forces and whatnot over to the western side to secure that. Eastern side is not looking too good. It's not gone entirely, but not as much as it once was. We do see a Monkey did make it past the defenses, but gets wiped out by a Fat Boy. And again, Telemazer is on. Nope, he's not there. Where'd he go? Where'd you go? Oh, you're right there. Did you teleport? No, okay, no. You just... Right, either you teleport or you just moved there. Maybe a little bit of both. Crab in the middle here for Han Solo. Not doing too hot. ASF's being wiped out for Team 1 and Team 2, but it looks like it will favor Team 2, and now Silent Bug can reclaim all day and gain a bunch more mass to use. 500,000 mass on the field so far. Not as much as yesterday's video. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Not as much. This is not a lot. I mean, it's still a lot, but it is not a lot in my eyes, especially with yesterday's video in mind. Oh my goodness, that match was just nuts. It was nuts, and you gotta see it. If you haven't, go check it out. Very good video. It is number 600, so it's a special cast in that regard. So I'm glad that it was the cast that it was, and it actually worked, because sometimes long matches like that, they desync, and it's very unfortunate, but this one did not. So there is the benefit there. Go ahead and watch it. Why not? You've already watched this one. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? That's what I asked. Why not? And looks like this group of forces is not going to last much longer. Oh, and takes out a couple of, well, not a couple, but all of the parashields and a couple of the T3 units. That's going to be more veterancy for, where are you? Bannable offense. I know that was you. But Team 2 is Hyper 2001 goes and teleports onto ICOM's comm. And he will kill off the comm of ICOM. He's now up to 3-star vet. Will he teleport out immediately? It looks like he will. He's going to go after the air grid, it looks like, and go after Sin Ziggy, or maybe even Failsafe, who's standing right next door. There he goes. He's going after Sin Ziggy. The shield will deplete. There are some gunships and some defenses nearby. Oh, he's going to target Failsafe anyways. Tries to build a shield. Gets canceled. That gets canceled, but gets killed off. And then now Sin Ziggy gets killed. Gets a triple kill with the telemaser. And he does get killed off, but it goes from 5 players left for Team 1 to 2 players for Team 1. And it's 5-4. So now 2-1 advantage for Team 2. Main space for Nyx is essentially gone. Bug over top is going to be killed off before it kills off Nyx. But this is a huge amount of loss for Team 1. 3 comms back to back to back. They did get Hyper 2001. Excellent move. Oh, pretty. I don't want to say he's MVP yet, but definitely top 2 so far in my pick in terms of MVP at the end of the match. If Team 2 wins. If Team 1 wins, it's probably going to be bannable offense if he wins. But, you know, it's not confirmed one way or the other. It's just assumptions and probabilities and all of that. But excellent move from Hyper 2001. Did the sacrifice play. Got not 1, not 2, 3 kills. So did a very good job with that. Eastern side, Blue Nuke lands on top of a nice little SACU. I thought that was a comm for a second. Colossus being deployed. Gonna maybe kill off the Rambo. But it does kill off the Rambo, so that's nice for him. But I don't think it's gonna kill off the bricks in time or get the veterancy enough to survive much longer. SACU is trying to run by that line of Ravagers, but good luck doing that. Everybody's calm for Team 2. Actually, they're not as farther back as I thought. We do see Blargus here underneath some shielding. He's rebuilt his nuke, and it's almost half loaded. That might be the thing, because Nyx's base essentially is knocked out. He does have some reclaim to play with that bug. Speaking of reclaim, we had 500,000 is up to 6. Nope, not yet, but it's getting there. In terms of reclaim overall, Team 1 but 350,000. Team 2 300,000. So over 500,000. All closing in on 750,000 mass reclaimed. A lot of mass, but you can put that towards a lot of different stuff very quickly. Colossus inbound, no defenses in that regard for Team 1. Again, it's going to be the war of attrition. 41 minutes on the clock. As long as Team 2 will eat away a base, eat away a line of defenses, eat away a group of forces constantly for bannable offense. I mean, he's stretched thin in terms of APM. It's already 41 minutes. Trend line not looking good for Team 1 overall. That Colossus is going to continue to just push on forward. Harbingers and everything else thrown at it to stop it. And actually lasers the Harbinger as he's grabbing it, so that's not super great. But hey, there's that at least. Colossus, it's got to be close. If it does get killed off, there's still some support nearby, and that will be more than enough. Spam is the name of the game now here for bannable offense. Spam, 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 spam. And it's making some progress, but eventually Team 2 will counter it very easily. So it's only a matter of time. Spam only works for so long. Or it does work. It just depends on how your opponent responds. If they respond accordingly, it's going to work a little bit. If they don't, it can steamroll. So that is the concern there with spam. But 800 help. Nope, never mind. Sorry, I jinxed you there, Colossus, but you're in range of a Ravager, so that's kind of your fault. SACU's trying to stay alive. There's still more and more harmages being deployed. There's AoE weapons on board to help thin out the numbers. Oh, look, another Colossus inbound, so never mind. They're going to be fine. And if they're not fine, they're going to get avenged. Crab just being sent completely down the middle hill. We'll see if that gets anywhere, which, again, with 3 FAF boys, no. That's the answer to that question is no. We do see the remaining 2 players for Team 1 pretty close to one another in terms of map size. Not the best idea, but, you know, what can you do at this point? Team 2 still has Han Solo as a Cybran, so he can telemazer in, and Nyx can telemazer in with his comm, but he doesn't have the mass or power to support it at all. He's kind of just been knocked out, trying to stay alive, but I don't see much. More filth, says Silent Bug. What's this? What's he talking about? He's talking about more satellites for Team 1, maybe? Where are there more satellites? Don't see any. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, so no idea. Don't know what he's talking about, more filth. No idea. But is he talking about the Team 1 spam? I feel like everybody does that. Nuke outbound from Vanderbilt Offense going after this line of SACUs. Actually going to be nicely placed, I think. I think he timed it right. Oh, no, I think he did well. He'll miss probably one of them, but he'll get the rest of them, at least do some damage to him. Boom, takes out some hit points there. This one's severely depleted, almost dead. Colossus going to be denied. T3 P-Gen being targeted. Lovely use there. A couple of Ravagers trying to be deployed. Don't think... Oh, you go for the P-Gen. They kill off the P-Gen. That's unfortunate, but, you know, can't be Oh, look, there is a satellite. Never mind, I just missed it. Hey, there's that. I was going to say, usually... I mean, it's not talking crazy. Yep, there's the satellite. It's going to go down here shortly. Keep an eye on the mini-map for it, because I'm assuming it's going to be targeted. Yep, there it is. And there's that blue dot. And there goes that blue dot. Nuke is outbound at the same moment that the satellite is killed off. Nuke going for the base here, once belonging to ICOM. And we have some bricks inbound for Vanderbilt Offense's comm. Please do point defense. Nuke, please. You hardly ever see it ever. Oh, he has to load it, so never mind. He's moving. Launch it in front of your face. Do it. You won't. You won't. No balls. Do it. You won't. Overcharge doesn't kill off the brick. Oh, he launches it, but not at himself. That's unfortunate. And here comes the nuke. Boom. Can't go to that base for safety. There goes Vanderbilt Offense. I think he control K's there, actually. Sats are... not going to repeat that. It is now Nyx remaining. Bricks ripping apart his face once again. And... yeah, it's just not looking good for Nyx's survival. If he teleports out of there or not... oh, that is negative. Never mind. There we go. It's not going to matter because Team 2 wins the game. Oh, please tell me somebody built a satellite on Team 2. Nope, that's another bug. Never mind. So no satellites for Team 2. But, you know, sometimes players do the same. Only way sats are acceptable is if they are on hold fire. What? No! Oh, I see Colonel Kennedy. He's like, no, they're still annoying. But yeah, that's fair that they're still annoying. I'll give you that. But they're a very useful unit when you have them. Did he commit a bannable offense? Hey, there it is. Most of the map, Gen 2Ks are... I gave him 40k mass to kill him, you as well. Anyway, that is the game here, folks. I'm going to speed it up even more because they're just going to hunt for the comm and call it a day. And then total cleansing of the map by Team 2. Look at this. Nothing is going to survive. ASS being wiped out. Team 1 P-Gens being wiped out. They still haven't... oh, well, there... oh, look, somebody did build a satellite. Never mind. Look at that. Death by satellite. Look at that. That's going to be a good way to go out. And he control Ks anyways. And that is the game here, folks. So someone did build a satellite. Look at that. Where is it? Oh, it's in this. Oh, he just built 3 or almost 4 of them. But anyway, let me know down in the comments who you would pick for MVP. I do think Hyper 2001's triple murder suicide set the stage very well for Team 2's success because at that point, losing that many players that quickly, the APM just could not keep up. And that was, I think that was the defining moment of the game, I think. So I'll give MVP to him. Let me know if you agree or not. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see all of you in the next one.